Recorded Books presents Santa Cruise by Fern Michaels, narrated by Susan Bennett. Chapter 1. June, Ridgewood, New Jersey. The big banner read, "Welcome Ridgewood High classmates." For some, it was a frightening experience. For others, it was an opportunity to show off how far they had come in the 15 years since leaving high school. Francesca, Frankie, Capella, was on the fence. She had built an excellent reputation in the publishing industry, marketing books for authors and publishers, but her love of music and the desire to perform had never left her. After graduating from a top music school, she had spent 6 years in New York City, auditioning for every part for which she thought she was suited. She had a big voice, with a lot of nuance, but the producers were looking for a big nasal voice, something that made her cringe. Sure, she could sing that way if she had to, but she hated it. Why would she want to do something she hates? It took all the pleasure out of singing for her. Eventually, every singer sounded the same. She had spent too many years working on her own sound. Taking matters into her own hands, she found a producer and cut a few tracks. She got some radio airplay, but without the backing of a big record company, she could only go so far. During the years she had spent following her dream, to pay the rent she had worked as a temp for a number of large corporations, eventually taking a full-time job with a publisher of comic books. Her parents knew that working in corporate America wasn't in her heart, but it was a living, and living in New York was challenging enough. She eventually worked her way up to the top at a major publishing house, but she never felt as if she was a success, especially after the incident at the last reunion when Drew Akins said something right to her face. "Gee, Frankie, you were such a good singer. Too bad you never made it." Those crushing words almost kept her from coming to this reunion, which included several classes besides hers. Still feeling the sting of those hurtful words, she thought to herself, maybe that creep won't show up. Frankie knew that some would be envious of her position as a vice president of a successful publisher. Her life was interesting and filled with a lot of professional events, but she still felt that a piece was missing. A lover, a partner, a friend. Sure, she could have 3 different men, but what she really wanted was a man who was all 3. Yeah, good luck with that. She took one more glance at her reflection in the glass of the hotel artwork. Hair? Jet black, slicked, and pulled into a long ponytail. Dress? Figure-flattering little black dress that showed off her well-toned calves. Lipstick? Bright. She then had the horrifying thought she might have lipstick on her teeth. Next came the angst of her eyeliner running. But before she had the chance to pull out a small mirror, the squeals of Nina Hunter were heard across the lobby. "Frankie! Oh, baby!" Nina Hunter pushed through the crowd and gave her friend a huge, crushing hug. Nina was 5 feet 8 inches tall, towering over Frankie's 5'4" frame. In high school, Nina had been in every school play, community theater production, and summer camp program. That's where she and Frankie had bonded. Frankie was the singer. Nina was the actress. Nina's love was acting, and she was particularly good at it, so much so that she had landed a part in a television sitcom after attending the University of Southern California. She wasn't the star of the show, but had enough screen time to make her a fan favorite. Her long brown curly hair, big brown eyes, and long legs were hard to miss. "Nina!" Frankie howled back, making sure her makeup didn't smudge on Nina's silk dress. "I wasn't expecting to see you here." Frankie was surprised, but also tickled pink. "I have an audition in the city in a few days, so I thought I'd return to our old haunts." "You mean shut up and eat?" Frankie joked, referring to the local diner, where they would hang out after football games or other school events. Only the coolest kids would go there.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?